I am Shobhit Verma. I'm a consultant pediatric orthopedic surgeon. I'm also the clinical lead and of the Department of Orthopedic Surgery at Luton Dunstable Hospital. Uh, I have various private affiliations with the hospitals across London and Hertfordshire. So I work at Clementine Churchill Hospital, One Hatfield Hospital, Spanish London Hospital, Bridges Clinic, and Cobham Clinic uh, in and around Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire. Now, but I'm also a MAC lead, an administrative lead at One Hatfield, where I look into hospital matters, as well as a part of my clinical lead job in Luton, I do the same. So part of the blame goes to my mother. She was a very kind lady who unfortunately is no more, but she actually was quite involved in helping poor people in India and was part of a lot of charities across India. And this, I think, rubbed off on me. And I then started having a desire to help people and dealing with medical issues as well as social issues when possible, and that is probably why I think I decided to become a doctor. So my wife is a consultant neonatologist, and there's a very pediatric atmosphere in the family and in her house. She actually became a pediatrician earlier than me, and I saw her doing pediatrics. I understood that the pediatric practice brings in variety of challenges. Uh, it needs you to work with families. It gives you great satisfaction to work with families. It is also there's also a lot of teamwork going, and I'm a very good team player. I like working in teams, liaising. So that is another thing. The other thing was that being a pediatrician means that you need to be full of energy. And I always was a sort of a child who was full of energy. And pediatrics gives me a channel to channelize that positive energy. So I like to work with families. I like to help the families. And there's also opportunities for fun. So any pediatric clinic, you'll see it's not as serious as an adult clinic. There are people coming in, children having fun. So that it's like business, mixing business and pleasure. And that is what it made me get attracted to this branch. So I love this because of the variety that it gives. Plus, obviously, working with children is always a plus. I think the most rewarding thing is the patient satisfaction. Not only patient satisfaction, but the satisfaction of the whole family. When you do pediatrics, when you do pediatric orthopedic surgery, you are not actually just treating the patient, you're treating the whole family, right? It gives a surgeon an immense pleasure to correct a deformity or ensure that the parents are happy with the correction you give them. They come to you very anxious because every child is precious. When they come to you, they're very anxious, they're very scared, they're fearful of unknown. And when you make them sit down, you make them go through things, you tell them that, okay, this is how it is. And after treating them or after operating on them, when they look at the good results, they are so happy. If I would like to summarize it in one sentence, the look in parents' eyes is the most rewarding thing in pediatrics. When they're happy, they're smiling, and they're looking at you as if you are a god. That makes you feel so good. So with regard to my patients, what they like about me, well, the first thing is approachability and access to me. So many of my private patients and NHS patients have direct access to me. They can straight away avoid nurses, secretaries, admin staff. they have sometimes my hospital email ID where they can straight away write to me with their problems, or if they have any problems finding an appointment or doing or getting tests done. And many of my patients, especially dysplastic hips and clubfoot, and they have direct email access to me, and I arrange things for them, even though that is not, I think, my job. It's a secretary or an admin staff job, but many patients have direct access to me, and this is what you'll find in my reviews. When you go through my reviews, you'll find I am, with regard to communication and approach, it's amazing. Plus, I give them my best. My honesty and sincerity is written on my face. You can look at me and they know that I'm giving them my best. So those are the few things that my patients like about me. With regards to me liking about my patients, well, I treat children who are newborn or a month old to 18 years old, or sometimes even when they're younger, like 25 years. And what I like about them is, again, the variety of challenges they pose for me, and and plus also what I like is that the interaction with these spectrum of patients, because uh, they can be very communicative to very talkative. Okay, and this is amazing. Well, I don't have a catchphrase or mantra, but what I have is, whenever children come to me with a long-term condition, you see what happens is the parents come to you with, okay, this is going to be a long treatment, especially in cases where there's a dysplastic hip, a deformity, or a clubfoot, or a congenital vertical talus, or rock bottom foot. Now, these children, I take them over when they're little, like newborn, and they go on to be under my care till they're 16. And the parents think, how is this going to go? We're going to be so long dealing with this issue for so long. And the one thing that I tell them, and this is my probably catchphrase, is don't forget, we are all in this together. When I say that we are all in this together, the parents understand that, okay, there is somebody else who thinks about my child, and there's somebody else who is going to support us in the journey. When they hear this thing, they feel very positive. They feel very supported. They calm down. They know that there's somebody who's going to help. So yeah, my catchphrase could be, we're in this together.